Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Like I have always stated, one day in politics is a long time. Who would have thought that Raila Odinga would receive, the kind of reception that he did in Nyeri? If you remember, in 2007, Nyeri was very hostile towards Raila Odinga, and nobody imagined, in their wildest dreams that there would come a time when he would have, the kind of support, that he received in Nyeri today and yesterday. And I think, in politics, there are quite many dynamics. Things change so fast, And what I must say is that, Raila Odinga has the momentum when it comes to the Mount Kenya politics. And the reason why I like talking about, politics in the Mount Kenya region is because, the Central Kenya politics, it is a battleground. Yeah? Whoever wins the Central Kenya vote, his chances of becoming president will increase in a very drastic way. Now, if you have momentum on your side, what happens is that, there are very many other politicians who are sitting on the sidelines, sitting on the fence, and are quite undecided on who to support. They are waiting for politics, to play out so that they can make their minds on who they are going to support. Now, these kind of politicians, reach a point where they see momentum, it is clearly on a particular side, and now they have the confidence to come out. Because if you observe the initial days when Raila Odinga was campaigning in the Mount Kenya region, it was just a few, politicians who had the confidence to come out, and declare their support, for him. You find that it was people like Maina Kamada and a few governors who are very bold, at the time. But now we see that politicians from the Mount Kenya region are coming out from, the woodworks. They're coming out from wherever and declaring their support, for Raila Odinga, because it is becoming clear by the day that his chances of becoming president are increasing, drastically. So this is why I'm saying that, one day in politics is a long time. Before that, we thought that the mountain was, for William Ruto for the taking, yeah. But it has reached a point where people are starting, to question themselves, examining the narratives, in details, and determining which politician represent, the best interest of the Mount Kenya region. The thing about William Ruto's popularity is that he was a lone campaigner for a long time, Ever since he was elected in 2015, he has been campaigning. And in fact, he was called out, by Peter Munya the other day. And Peter Munya was very, angry because he was saying that there is no way you can have an office and have a job, as a deputy president, and campaign continuously for more than 5 years, So in essence, what Peter Munya was saying that Ruto is introducing, bad culture in this country where it is all about, campaigning and not performing for the people, especially the people who are on the top echelons of power. They need to prioritize, performing and working for the people, and not, campaigning in every single corner of the country. And the thing that I observe about how the politics is playing out is that most of the prominent politicians in the Mount Kenya region, be it governors and now even members of parliament, they seem like now they are throwing their weight behind Raila Odinga. And this is likely to be a game changer, especially when 2022 is coming near day by day. And the reality of Raila Odinga climbing a mountain seems to be very high. On the other hand, William Ruto seems to be relying on, politicians who have not been tried and tested. People like Didi Nyoro from Moranga. This is a first-time MP. He doesn't have the experience, and you can notice when people like Munya, they speak. They're making ground shifting, ground changing, statements and speeches, and these are likely to have a major, impact in the politics of the Mount Kenya region. And I think the takeaway for William Ruto, what he needs to do is that he needs to stop antagonizing, politicians in the Mount Kenya region. He needs to realize that politics is a competition, and you don't have to win all the times. Yeah. So it seems like William Ruto is becoming desperate because when you start attacking, politicians from a particular region, and you must realize that politics in any country is local. So you must lead, the momentum. You must lead, the politics at the local level. Respect the leaders in those areas, because failure to do so means that the masses, most of the people in that region are going, to take a stand against you and undo all the gains that you have had, over the years. So I think William Ruto needs to, needs a change of tact. He needs to try new strategies and always avoid antagonizing, politicians in their home turf, because politics is local. Thank you.